So writing the book, I'm always interested to know just a little bit more about the process and how you did that. And I know you've studied creative writing as well. So I mean, how long did it take to write? And yeah, can you tell us anything about your writing practice?
Yeah, so Xander was a tough one. I'm someone who thinks about a story for a very long time before I actually put any words on paper or anything. I kind of think that, at least in my head, I have to know maybe 60% or something of the story even before I start sort of trying to draft it out or anything like that. And I think with Xander, as I said, like all those other elements that I had for it when I was thinking about it and the story, and it kind of came to me, and it came to me when we were on holidays at the time. We were in the States, and we were literally sitting by a pool in the States, and it was just like this lightning moment where I kind of thought, you know what, I've got it, and I got out my laptop and I just started writing, and sort of the rest of that trip was kind of this blur between sort of going out and doing things and then just wanting to get back and just try and get this story out. And I wrote the first draft of this story in probably, it was about a 2-week period, this burst of creative writing that I did. And I really thought, even in the beginning, that I had gotten it right. I thought in this 2-week period, I got it right. And I even made like a cardinal thing where I kind of sent out an early draft, and I heard back kind of some positive things for it. And so I thought, oh yeah, that's, like I'll just kind of tinker with it and that'll be done. But obviously after the way that wasn't the case, apparently, I heard back some not so positive feedback. And so then I kind of had gone away from it, and I came back to it, and I realized that because the whole story is kind of like a puzzle, as when you read it, I mean, the 100 remarkable things have to kind of all fall into place, and it has to feel like it's doing it organically. So it's really one big thread with a bunch of subplots that run through it. And so it ended up like every time you change one thing, it was kind of like a house of cards that kind of, fell down. And so it actually ended up taking me after that another 5 years of working on the book, like just like not all like writing all the time on it, but sort of going away and coming back and so forth. So it ended up taking me another 5 years before the moment came where I kind of thought, I think that this is everything that I can give to it. This is everything I can do for it. And yeah, and so that's how it sort of came about.
Mm-hmm. And so were there any feats that you put on the list that then you were like, oh man, why did I do that? Cross that off. It's too hard to get Xander into that situation, and the things don't line up.
There were feats that sort of dropped away, but there were none that really that I thought, oh, why did I do that? I've sent him off on this journey that never like didn't sort of really eventuate, because the main things, even from the start, all the main elements and the main characters and everything, they were all the same from the get-go. Like the bones of the story never actually changed. So yeah, so there was never really ones where I dropped and I thought, oh, I don't want to do that, or am I writing this for this reason? But kind of when I finally got to the end, and sometimes I put feats in as we went as well, because it just sort of it fit in the part of the story. But yeah, it was a tricky one. Yeah.
Fantastic.